We are right under the Muscle Beach sign. We're near the pier, and what was and is still, it was POP, and it was the Santa Monica Beach Playground number 4 is where we are right now. You have talked to me in the past about the history of Muscle Beach, and you told me some of the stories and some of the people, and I've been able to just enjoy that. But to be able to be here with you at the beach, at where you were, and you know something that's funny? We have these photos that I said we'd bring, and they're in the car. But maybe after we're done, we can look at the photos.
No, we have some here.
You know, but the one I didn't bring is the 8x10.
Okay.
But she has, now what do you have here? Let's go ahead and look, because as we sit right now, Tanya, we're actually where, as a young woman, you came down here. We can look at some of these photos of how it was. This photo right here would have been taken right out here in the sand.
Yeah, right
okay?
here. Right over there. Right over there.
So this, right over there, near those palm trees. So this image of you, when would this photo have been taken?
Probably in 1954, 55. It's hard to say. Let's see if there's a date on here. No.
Okay, and then here's another one.
And there's another one, and this was taken a little later. And this is Carol Fergus right here.
Carol Fergus at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay, and that's you. And there you are in the center. Who are you surrounded by?
I'm surrounded by Dave Simon.
Okay.
Max Abramovich, his wife Ruth, Bud Gritt, Sheb Conway, Leonard Rubian, Red Cass, and Bob Frank.
Wow, Bob Frank is the guy that owned the Purser Apartments.
Right,
that's you
that's
standing on the shoulders of...
Jerry Cyphers was his name.
Okay. And then that's you doing the Purser Apartments. Does that work for you? Sure. Okay.
The Purser is here.
Yeah.
Bob Frank owned this for a while.
Bob Frank
owned it in the late 50s. Let's see, when did he buy it? Probably bought it. Hold on. It didn't look like this, that's for sure.
Cleaned up and...
a lot cleaner.
Revitalized.
Yes. Yes.
Did you ever go into the apartments?
Yes.
Were they nice at the time?
Not originally. Bob Frank... That was after during the time Bob Frank had it.
Yeah.
He fixed it up to a degree.
Okay.
And then he sold it for $35,000, I think.
Big change in real estate. We were over there by the sign, and now it was a little bit noisy, so now we're over here by one of the actual chess tables. So this is always the case, right? That there was chess games always going on at Muscle Beach?
Well, it wasn't this big. It wasn't this elaborate. It was just one table. At one time, the chess play.
So it was a much more modest start.
Right.
Is that fair to say?
We had more ping pong going on.
Okay.
And we had, let me see, and then of course the pad, where they worked out.
Yeah, you mean the platform?
Platform.
Okay.
Sure. Where they worked out was when I first came here, it was close to the sidewalk.
Okay, so the something like right over here where you're pointing out would be that direction where the platform would be.
Yeah.
Okay, so today.
And then later on, they moved the platform about 10 feet that way.
Okay.
Or 10 feet further in.
Yeah. Toward the ocean then?
Towards the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, and let's move to focus on Tania Israel coming in here as a young lady from the photo that we started with. I saw that image. Okay. You know, we looked at some of these photos of how
I was right out of high school.
Okay. Well, when did you first discover Muscle Beach?
Oh, I discovered it actually when I was younger because I was here. I lived at the beach until I was about 9.5, 10 years old.
So, what year are we talking?
I'd be telling.
Well, you're proud of this. This is pretty neat memories. Well, when do you want to start your story of Muscle Beach? Let's put it right there. I mean, what year? You said you came here in the early 1950s. Really, is where your saga begins.
Yes.
So why don't we say that the actress does not wish to divulge her specific age at this time. However, I came here in about 1951, 52. I got reacquainted with Muscle Beach. This was not the place to go when I was in high school because they had mishaps here. Okay, even in the early 50s?
Before the early 50s.
What were
it didn't have the best reputation.
And that reputation was what was questionable about the reputation?
Maybe child molesters or...
Exaggerated, you think, or do you think there were reasonable claims?
No, I know in Venice when I was little, there were a few people killed under the pier.
In Venice.
And even here.
Okay.
Yeah, even here.
Just-
under this pier.
So there was some suspectful activity going on.
Suspectful activity,
Okay.
right. So this was a place that you kind of stayed away from when you were a kid. Or
Okay.
you were told to stay away from.
All right, now that wasn't necessarily Muscle Beach people. It was just
No,
beach people.
no.
You know,
It was
vagrants,
a
vagabonds.
pervert right,
yeah.
right. It's because of the pier,
Yeah.
and it was open. That's why they closed up the pier now.
You can't go underneath.
You
It's all
can't
sealed.
go underneath anymore.
Well, that eliminates
there he
that.
is. There's Seymour.
Okay.
It's not blonde hair.
And this is Seymour Koenig, the man,
Hello.
the myth.
I'm sorry. I'm
Good
a
to
bit
see
late.
you. Well, you know, that's where we got started here. It's good to see you both.
Oh, we always do. That's right. We always
He was best man at my
The
wedding.
love of Muscle Beach and the roots of the dimensions of the network of people who know each other.
Right.
1952.
Right.
1952.
That's right.
That's how long we know each
Isn't
other.
that incredible?
That's right.
She was
That's
married
right.
to a very close friend of mine.
And he was a gentleman and a tuxedo
Yes.
best man at your
Yes,
wedding,
yes.
Seymour Koenig.
Yes.
Okay,
Him and
so-
Lucky.
You
Him
go
and
way back.
Lucky.
Let me get a still photo of the two of you. Do you recognize anybody there?
Me.
Just
No,
talk.
this was later on.
I don't know who that is.
I forget her name. I know who she was.
I know already who. Ah! Oh, God.
She wants to see you tonight? Are you going to be at the one?
I'm telling you, the wood's giving up everything, all of us.
Right,
The
right,
termites
right.
are coming out.
Well, you better believe that, John. How you been, Tanya?
Pretty good. Pretty fair.
He's looking respectable. He's
Wait,
going to
who's
mustache
taller,
now.
me or him?
Oh, you are.
How did that
He
happen?
is. He is.
Okay. He's always been about an inch taller.
I may be, I'm not sure yet. My brother-in-law, he's also right.
How do you do? I'm here later.
You got the social dimension here going on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
Isn't this a little bit of the camaraderie that you had when you were here in the 50s?
Yes.
I mean, the warm handshakes
Yes,
and hugs.
yes.
The greetings.
Yes.
The friendship, the knowing
Yes.
each other.
It was an
you know-
adult playground for sure.
Okay.
People would go to work and they'd come back down here right after work. They'd hurry down here.
Right.
Just like children do when they get out of school.
Yeah. Couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait.
Okay.
We played volleyball or did our handstands.
Yep.
I even did my homework on the grass, you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
because this is just
Yes.
this is your playground.
Yes. Alumni day every day.
Okay. So the beauty of Muscle Beach brings us to this setting knowing that there were elements that were undesirable, but let's move to the desirable part, which is in any part of society,
Right.
any open
right,
beach has
right,
goofy people.
Right.
We have, you know, goofy people
No, it was a
everywhere.
wonderful, wonderful place.
Okay, so let's go back to your first memories coming here. What got you involved when you first arrived in the early 50s? What was your
Well,
first visit
when I
like?
got married,
Okay.
Well, when I got married, he
Who's
came
he?
here. My ex-husband.
Which is?
My deceased husband now. Okay.
You became involved here because of your husband. What's
Yes.
his name?
His name, well, he went by the name of Eddie Murray.
Okay, so you and Eddie Murray brought you down here because he knew somebody. Who did he know?
Well, he worked out. He worked out at the platform.
Okay,
They
he
had
he was a
outdoor-
gymnast?
No, he was. He worked out with the weights.
Okay,